Всем добрый день. Вступительное слово маленькое, небольшое, коротенькое. Хочу попроходить Dragon Age Origins. Начало. Для начала только начало. С оригинальной озвучкой. То есть именно на английском языке. Чтобы как бы наши локализаторы не портили ощущения от игры. Разговаривать буду не очень много, но по делу. Вот. Ну, приятного просмотра. Начнем. Так, новая игра. Dragon Age Начало. Мир меняется.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. May even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Да, прекрасная история, прекрасное начало. Так. Красивый человек, красивый эльф, красивый гном. Играть будем мы за гнома. Девушку, разбойника, знатную. Просто интересно историю посмотреть, когда она станет серым стражем, и что скажет наш дорогой брат. Ну, в принципе, да, вот так вот. Женщина, гном, разбойник, знатный гном.
Greetings.
Так, ты мне не нравишься. Есть какое-нибудь приятное лицо, ты все-таки королевская особа. Ладно, долго здесь не будем. В принципе, сойдет. Кожа нормальная, оттенок пойдет. Румянец. Нет, 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 цвет губ. Вот такой тоже сойдет, чтобы не бросался в глаза. Оттенок век. Красивенько. Татушечки. Не надо татушечки. Лицо и так светлое, красивое. По вашей милости. Волосы. Все-таки принцесска. Вот такое будет. Только ты будешь у нас рыжий. Растрепанный рыжий. Нет, вот такой вот рыжий. Ты мне нравишься. Брови. Как говорил наш друг Беллин, говорит, женщина должна быть такая, говорит, чтобы можно было за что ее взять. Шутка. Так, форму глаз немножко поменяем. Такое ощущение, как-то привидение увидела. Ну, значит, будет такое. О, господи, что происходит? Размер трогать не будем, цвет. Цвет изменим. Хочу зеленоглазую. Нос устраивает, рот устраивает. Челюсть, щеки тем более. Шея. Толщина шеи. Пойдет. Обожаю это выражение лица. Это выражение Джокера, по-моему. Ладно. Будет такой голос.
Greetings. Greetings. How do you do? Greetings. How do you do?
Прикольно. Середа. Нет, не середа. Будет у нас она. Иллария. Вот так вот. Иллария Дукан. Дальше. Так, это у нас будет разбойник. Одну очку в ловкость. Закинем в силу все остальное. Дальше уже будет дальше. Так, ты у нас знаешь яды. Усиленная боевая подготовка. Ну, для начала потрендеть. Грязная барба. Ну, естественно, вот эти два навыка. Первые основные. Лучника. Гном-лучник. Такой себе. Уровень сложности. Мы пришли поиграть, а не страдать. Так что и среднее сойдет. Начнем.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called deep roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount. You are the second child of King Endrin of House Idukan, the 9th Idukan ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lady. You are dressed and ready. Excellent.
Excellent.
I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast?
Береженного предок бережет. Давай его сюда.
You sure that's all you want me to do to you?
Горе, мы уже заводили этот разговор, давай не начинать сначала.
I know. Lesser family and all that. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances.
Да уж, сидя на троне, скучать не приходится.
If you say so. Listening to 100 lords complain that their neighbors use the same underhanded tactics they themselves employ would tire on me after about, a minute. Still, there are other excitements. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Rumor has it that Harrowmont hopes you'll be swept off your feet if a well-placed young nobleman wins the provings in your honor.
Рано. Так. Может, я пойду да выиграю испытание?
Win the proving in your own honor. That would be most interesting. Shall we then?
Я хочу еще сам заглянуть.
With you as always, my lady. The day is ours until the feast.
Так, шляпу снимем. Кто бы еще помнил, как тут подсвечивать, что вокруг находится. А так. Не знаю, кодекс стоит читать, не стоит читать. Это занимает очень много времени. Но если есть желание, я буду потихоньку прокручивать весь кодекс. Что у нас есть. Можете поставить на паузу и почитать. Естественно, самое интересное мы будем читать. Как же без этого? Как это? Заметки. Праздничные подарки от создателей. Праздничный розыгрыш от создателей. Управление. Тра-та-та-та-та. Тра-та-та-та-та. Неинтересно. Ну и наше первое задание.
Yes.
Не кричи.
All right.
Сразу кодекс обновлен. Город Арзамар. Наш чемодан. Естественно, забираем все, как всегда. Бюст короля Эндрина. Я так понимаю, Эндрин наш отец, если не ошибаюсь. Эндрин и Дукан. А мы Иллария и Дукан. Будем творить историю.
No sign of trouble here.
Oh, no trouble.
Milo Dalen? Oh. I am so sorry, Your Highness.
Расширим на весь спектр. Привет.
I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balin coming down the hall. Forgive me.
Что ты здесь делаешь?
She's, it seems she's one of your brother Balin's newest, companions. Prince Balin is attending the feast being held in Lady Iduken's honor.
Yes, of course. It was presumptuous of me to think that he would return to... I am sorry. I will show myself out. With your leave, my lady.
Да, можешь идти, в принципе.
Thank you. I will go now.
Вали, вали. А мы тут пока посмотрим, что самого вкусного. Дом Эдукан, щит Арзамара. Здесь как бы история. О, письмецо. Письмо от Рики. Дорогой мой принц, вы слишком добры ко мне, я скромная, незначительная девушка и не заслуживаю вашего внимания. Однако ваша готовность терпеть мое присутствие демонстрирует ваше поистине королевского благородства. Я не знаю, как вас благодарить за то прекрасное ожерелье, что вы мне подарили. Я буду беречь его как зеницу ока и непременно надену к нашей следующей встрече. Я знаю, что моя благодарность ничего не значит для вас, но снова говорю спасибо. Всегда буду вашей скромной и преданной служанкой. Искренне ваша Р. Рика. Рика. Ну, нас Рика не волнует. Пускай она волнует Беллина. Раз уж он к ней благосклонен. Если сильно дергаю камерой, прошу.
I am proud to serve the Idukans.
Я тоже сейчас.
I am at your service.
Голоса намного лучше, конечно, чем в русской озвучке. Ну, я знаю, что нашу озвучку делали спустя рукава. Так, чтобы было. Хотя тоже очень хорошо было сделано. Тронный зал. Там закрыто. Я как понимаю, нам в алмазные залы. Залы. Жизнь в Арзамаре. Гномы. Люблю я
Your
гномов.
father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
Прекрасно.
I'm sure we can work this out reasonably. It's in the records. There's nothing I can do. Please, Master Volney. My work is accredited by the Shaper.
These books are lies written by the enemies of House Volney.
I write only what I find in the ancient records. Lady Iduken, you can vouch for my work, can't you? Your father loved my History of Iduken, Paragon King, Peacemaker.
Говорим, правда?
The king, as well as several other lords, are quite fond of his work. He writes of the ancient paragons.
This worm has written a book that slanders my house.
И что же там интересного в этой
It
книжонке?
doesn't matter, it's all lies.
Все ложь. Расскажите мне.
My work tells the stories of all those raised paragons in the last 500 years. When the Assembly names a paragon, that man or woman is then, by definition, everything one can aspire to be in the world. They form their own noble houses and are revered as living ancestors. But paragons start off as men.
Volney was more than a man.
Гордишься. Кем был Эдукан до того, как стал совершенным?
Iduken was much loved, but he was still a man. He was plagued by melancholy, and his fervor regarding Orzamar's safety bordered on obsession. When Iduken was proposed as a paragon, only one lord in the assembly objected. The others savagely hacked him to death. Iduken's motion passed without a single dissenting vote.
Unlike Volney, is that what you mean, old man?
Volney became a paragon by the narrowest margin in history. One vote. A vote mired in rumors of intimidation, intrigue, and outright bribery. The records of that vote are kept in the shaperate and are a matter of fact. Not liking history doesn't make it any less true.
Согласен.
You're taking his side? What if he published a book like this about your paragon Iduken?
Истина важнее твоей гордыни. Заткнулся бы ты, Брантин, в натуре.
Do not order me about like some low-caste peon. This is not finished.
Ах ты чмо.
That fool has no idea how weak his house is or how low he sits in it. Shall I have him killed, my lady?
Не морай меч, пусть живет. А, пусть скажет ученый. О.
Well, historically, it has been prudent to eliminate a small threat before it becomes larger.
Ну вот и все. Слышал, Горе?
How do you want it done?
Тихо и спокойно.
Understood.
You've shown yourself more daring and aggressive today than most believed of you. Someday I hope to write of the great exploits you are sure to perform.
Word has been sent. He won't live past the hour.
You've shown House Iduken a friend to research, history, and the glory of our people.
Не забудь об этом, когда станешь писать обо мне.
Of course. Heroism and pity for the small man have always been hallmarks of House Iduken. Now, I must try to make sense of these notes. Good day, Your Highness. And thank you.
Да пожалуйста.
Ah, that's outrageous. You certainly have some gall, merchant.
But my lord, these are surface silks, dyed with the finest saffron and indigo and embroidered by skilled elven tradesmen. I've seen Prince Balin Iduken himself wearing a robe made of something quite similar.
So I pay your exorbitant price, only to end up looking like a poor imitation of Prince Balin. You'll get no coin.
Atrast follow, big sister. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my siblings second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
Нехорошо против брата идти. Пойду.
Perhaps you were right, Balin, when you said our sister wasn't all useless breeding flesh. I'll be along later to toast your command. Come, Balin.
That was fun. Nothing like being talked down to by the next king.
Не говори, грубиян.
We can only hope. Perhaps we should get going?
But that's not what I meant, my lord. My lord!
My Lady Iduken, nothing here rivals your amazing Iduken armor, but if you wish something made...
You know very well House Iduken has its own royal armorers.
Of course. Forgive me.
Покажи товар.
You honor me, Your Highness.
Покупать я у тебя ничего не хочу. А попродавать тебе можно. Шлем глубин пускай валяется. Надо, наверное, сначала одеться. А потом уже 26 единиц ловкости. Малая жировая ловушка. Ладно.
Look at this piece, darling. It rivals even the work of the Paragon Smith herself.
Nonsense, woman.
Немножко пошаримся. Я знаю, что тут фолианка.
Your words bring shame upon our house.
Дополнение. А почему одна книга? Обычно две было. Ладно, неважно. Так. Талисман дикого волка. Знак, вот, знак бдительности оденем. Поезд гельмейстера оденем. Обязательно далийское кольцо. Кольцо огня. А здесь длинный меч снимем. Кинжальчик. Пока с одним кинжальчиком походим. Целебные припарочки сразу на... Плюс 10 к урону. Не, сдались.
See how the edges are rough and pitted? Would you compare this to Bronca's work? Trust a woman to speak of things she doesn't understand. Be quiet now and pray the ancestors deliver Bronca back to you.
Бранка.
What about that one?
I doubt he's up to the task. I'm not going down that road again. Would that Sir Blackstone were a noble, hmm?
And I'm off.
Stand up straight. They're coming.
Надо собирать все, чтобы было что, чтобы были деньги.
Greetings, my lady Idukan.
Привет.
I am so honored to have you visit my booth. I have a proposition, but I dared not approach.
Yet you dare now.
Да ладно, нормально, что, говори.
Very well then, speak.
Yes, just so. Here's the thing. What I mean to say is... Sorry. So nervous. I had a dagger made, for you, as a gift for your first command. Sent a messenger to deliver the dagger to you. Prince Trian had him thrown out. I don't know what offense he caused, but I had him beaten severely.
Ну-ка, дай кинжал.
Here it is, your highness.
That's an amazing piece, merchant.
You do me much honor, sir. The blade has been crafted over a period of 2 years by masters of every art. I wish to bless the lady's first command and hope that someday, when she rules, she will wear it.
Trian is heir. He will rule when King Endrin returns to the stone.
If the assembly wills it. Forgive me, sir, but whispers say the second child of Endrin will be chosen.
Whispers indeed. It's a princely gift. If Trian recognizes it, though, it may send the wrong message. Or the right one, depending on your view.
Я возьму кинжал.
Thank you. You bring uncountable honor to me.
What he means is that you'll bring uncountable gold to him if you wear that piece in public.
Угу. Ну-ка, что там за кинжальчик? Прям хороший кинжал, кстати.
Oh, Lady Idukan, here, in my booth. I am so...
He's fainted. You make quite the impression these days. Is it hard to be the king's child, never able to just blend in? As are we all. Shall we move along?
Пойдем дальше.
My lady, are you heading to the proving arena?
Да?
We have been charged with the task of escorting you to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you were not to travel through the commons unguarded.
Ну, надо, так надо.
Will we be leaving then?
Да, пойдем.
We are at your command.
Всем привет.
Your Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor?
Не, я хочу сама.
Your Highness, this proving is in your honor.
Then honor her by doing as she says. Lady Iduken will fight in this proving.
Я сама окажу честь нынешним бойцам, испытав их силу.
Of course, it is well within your rights. Men and women of Orzammar, we have a late entry to these provings, held on the eve of battle for the honor of House Iduken. I give you the Lady Iduken herself! Are you ready for your first match?
Конечно.
Then let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Alair Bimo, youngest son of Lord Bimo.
You honor me with this match.
Взаимно.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Fight.
Now this should be fun. Yes.
The winner is Lady Iduken.
Спокойно. У меня есть уровень повыше написано. Боевую подготовку увеличим.
That was quite a fight. Alair Bimo is no slouch with that hammer. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Конечно.
Excellent. Let us go. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Adal Helmi, eldest daughter of Lady Helmi.
You are my inspiration, Your Highness, and to all of us who follow your example and live by the sword.
Ну давай.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Yes.
Добивай.
The winner is Lady Iduken.
Прям молодец.
That was a crowd pleaser. I can't remember the last time we had two female warriors of such skill. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him?
Конечно.
Then let us begin. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lady Iduken will fight Sir Blackstone, Deep Road squad leader of the warrior caste.
This is your education, child. Try to learn as you bleed.
Удачи.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Не ори.
Not enough.
The winner is Lady Iduken.
Как иначе? Да успокойтесь, вы чего завелись-то? Ну. Говорят, ведьмаку неудобно носить 2 меча за спиной. Нормально.
Well done. You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Idukan. Franlin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him, or will you rest first? Of course. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Idukan. It is down to just 2 warriors, with backbones of stone and wills of iron. They have defeated all others this day. Lady Idukan will fight Franlin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
Да будешь ты подобен камню.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. The victor is champion. Fight!
And I'm off.
Ой.
Quick!
Чуть-чуть
Take
помогу.
that!
Death will be your release.
Nice
We're
try!
coming for you!
Все.
Oh ho! Yes!
The winner is Lady Idukan.
Айдукан. Ну что, отлично подрались.
Congratulations. Franlin Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You've vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner, is yours.
Мне шлем не нужен. Отдай его Френлину.
The people will remember your honor and generosity for all time.
Сейчас рыжая возгордится собой просто. Все. Принцесса Айдукан. Она.
My lady?
Пойдем.
Your wish is our command.
Две курицы. Кстати.
My lady,
Покажи
you
товар.
honor me, your highness.
Мы тебе сейчас продадим кое-что. Кинжальчик, меч, булаву, сапоги, щиты. Эксклюзивы продавать не будем. В принципе, на этом все. Бывай. Вроде больше ничего ж не было. Если что пропустил, ну уж простите. Пойдем к батьке.
All right.
Look, the Grey Wardens are
My
here.
lady, I do.
The raid tomorrow
My
must be
father.
more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
Lord Tronus Days.
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lady. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Ну, давай поговорим.
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
Что за дело?
The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause.
И откуда вдруг такое сочувствие?
Those on the surface are our lifeline. They facilitate trade with the surface. They're honorable and, well, let's be honest. I don't care a whit for those who have wandered from the stone. My wife, however, is a gem of a different color. She has a cousin, a useless sort, but she's quite fond of him. He joined a speculative venture to the surface, hoping to make his fortune, and went bust. Now he wishes to come home, but he cannot, for he has no house and would be castless. For my wife's sake, I take up his cause. Will you lend me your voice?
Нет.
I am quite disappointed in your lack of sympathy. Good day to you.
Да пошел ты. Задание горит.
You return. Could it be you've changed your mind? Then please leave me be.
Все. Леди Хельми.
Congratulations on your commission. Your mother would be proud.
My king, please reconsider. The trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal-Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my sweet daughter. How fine you look in your grandmother's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses?
Да, конечно.
So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan, who would pose a question to the prospective commander. Who seeks to know the prospect better? No? Very well then. The ritual is complete. I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the provings, or getting some rest in his rooms.
Конечно, хорошо, отец.
Walk well, Commander.
Да. Дункан, конечно, красавчик. И озвучка Алексея Борзунова, конечно, в нашем исполнении была вообще просто бесподобно. Запоминался очень сильно.
Greetings, my lady Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last.
Для меня тоже.
I have had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the quickest fighter in all of House Ayduken.
Лестно, конечно.
I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world.
Такое ощущение, как будто он из этого, из Орлесиана. Короче, из Орлея.
You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know?
Могу я стать серым стражем и все-таки остаться в Орзамаре?
I'm afraid not. Grey Wardens go where they're needed most. Right now, that is on the surface at the ruins of Ostagar, where the Human King gathers his armies to face the blight.
Классно сказано. Human King. Много ли сородичей среди серых стражей?
Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves and thus even fewer dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn.
Я думаю, все-таки как бы я иду, а Орзамару нужно здесь.
Then it is a good thing that you have other paths before you. Some are not so lucky. I wish you luck in the deep roads tomorrow. Show the Darkspawn the might of your people.
Да-да. Дункан. Дункан, Эдукан. Смешно было бы. Новый текст кодекса Моры. Моры, дорогая Аника. Брейволс. Там прочитали уже. Ладно, пойдем Триана звать. Нехорошо папу заставлять ждать. Все равно красивая архитектура, блин, вот такое вырубить, блин, в горе. Ништяк, конечно. Гномы. Ага, здрасте. Сундук.
Yes.
Нагло. О, дневник Триана.
And I'm off.
Двадцать первая Фервентиса. Видел, как горе носится туда-сюда, дабы подготовить праздничные доспехи для нашего несравненного будущего начальника. Понятно. Траля-ля, траля-ля, траля-ля. Потом узнал, что Билли научил гонца преподавать посылки через меня. Весьма странно для заморского принца выкладывать такие фортели. Пора бы уже поддержать, понять, что член королевских не может. Понятно. Это из-за Белина, блин, этого торговца выгнали.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father?
Отец желает тебя видеть, Триан.
Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
I honestly don't know how you put up with him.
Бесит он. Брат все-таки. Но иногда он довольно мил.
There was a time I would have agreed with you, but I've recently had to rethink my views on our brother.
Чё не так?
Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big sister, Trian is going to try to kill you.
Что-то ты гонишь.
I wouldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't overheard him giving orders to his men. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right.
Бред.
You are as noble and stubborn as ever. After Trian kills you, I suppose I will be the heir. But that's not how I would wish it. Enjoy your command tomorrow. I fear it will be short-lived.
Come, my lady. The hour grows late, and you need your rest.
Пожалуй, этой ночью мне лучше спать в обнимку с мечом. Согласен.
And I will be right outside the door. May the Paragons smile down on us.
Капец, конечно. Так вот обвинять брата, блядь, то, что он пытается убить младшую сестру.
Trian and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramont. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come then! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Haramont and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my sister.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Aidukan remains in that taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
Okay.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions?
Да нет, понятно все.
Very good. The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Aidukan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Папа. Что тут нового у нас? Глубинные трупы. Да. И что-то еще было где-то. Персонажи. Лорд Пирал Хоромонт. Наследственное право на трон не существует. Правящий король может предложить своего преемника, но лишь совет в конечном счете решает, кто воссядет на трон. Дом Хоромонт — один из старейших благородных древний, как сам Арзамар. Хоромонт — ближайший советник Эндрина, известен как хороший правитель, многократно достигавший компромиссов в раздираемом по противоречии совете. Так, кстати, по поводу спутников. Сразу определим Горима в защитнике, чтобы он не выделывался. Так, настраивать его сильно не будем. Давайте шляпу оденем. Ты красиво выглядишь. Давайте вот это, клятву и камень удачи. Чтоб ты не таким смазливым был. Ладно, пойдем. Наверное, сохраниться надо. А то даже через столько лет игра нестабильная. Может вылететь. Паучок. озвучку. Спокойной ночи.
Ха.
По-моему, мне надо, говорит, вас укоротить ровно на одну голову. Гномий доспех. Больше ничего нету. О, Айва.
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any darkspawn?
Есть чуть-чуть.
We didn't expect any activity in these tunnels at all. Once I finished scouting the tunnels, I hid here to avoid the darkspawn. Most tunnels are dead ends. The one we want is swarming with those fiends. It's going to be a fight.
Ты же вчера был на испытаниях, да?
I was, indeed. Your gift of the helm was amazingly generous. I will treasure it always. May today's battles bring us even more glory. I'll take rear guard. Shall we move?
Да, пойдем. Ты тоже у нас со щитом. Тоже защитник будет. Так, а нам куда? Прямо и налево. По-моему, так. Ну.
Sorry.
Кажется, либо они слишком громко кричат, что-то как-то несопоставимо со всем остальным. Да нет, вроде бы. Ну, ладно. Если что, просто делайте тише. Что-то булькает. Тут закрыто. Да я просто везунчик. 2 раза свернул не туда. Сейчас еще сверну туда, откуда пришел. Просто будет идеально. Правильно иду.
I sense some death. All right, I'm game. And I'm off.
They don't stand a chance. World of hurt. I'm going to make this quick. Right behind you. Well.
And I'm off.
Да, с ловушками пока тяжко. Ничего не видно. О, бутыль с кислотой. Хорошая вещь. Это ж бомба, да? Дистанция близкое действие. Да, это бомба. Чемодан. Правильно иду, да, правильно иду. О, мужик.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure.
Не так легко нас прикончить.
And I'll make sure I'm behind you if we're swarmed. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful.
Ну пойдем.
I'm with you.
Дупнул в грудь, так вот ударил. Так, ты у нас будешь лучником. В смысле? Так, цель, враг, статус, здоровье, меньше 100 действия. А у него ничего нету, кроме атаковать, да? Туда и смысла нету. Тень, да, это. Лучник, да, лучник тоже закрытый. Сохраниться пожарный. Существа с рангом. Особыми цветами отображаются.
More Darkspawn, eh?
Здоров, уроды.
Out of battle! A good hit! Ancestors preserve me! Ancestors guide my arm!
Going. And I'm off.
Целебные припарочки. Это просто
Yes.
прекрасно. Длинный меч, порождение тьмы. Демоническая лимфа.
Looks like someone beat us to the door.
В смысле?
This Darkspawn body is still fresh. Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there.
Может, да, наши все-таки.
Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
Скоро узнаем.
Understood. Let's move, men.
Пойдем посмотрим. Карта сохранения. Пошло. О, например. Доступные кожаные перчатки. Кстати, насчет брони. Хотя бы кожаные перчатки одеть. Что-то неплохо вообще в кожу переодеться. Может, разведчика разденем? Он-то в коже. Давай-ка с него снимем кожаный доспех. На себя напялим. О! Красота. Ой, не красота. Чуть-чуть промазал. О. Вот сюда. О, другое дело, а то таскает на себе килограммы железа, а от тебя он... Нет, дворянский доспех ты не заслужил. На тебе простой. Ходи, как гордая куча фекалий, порождений тьмы. Думаю, это ничего хорошего не предвещает нам. Какая красота, такая старенькая игра, так красиво выглядит. Почему сейчас такого не делают?
So glad you could finally join us. We feared you'd gotten eaten by Darkspawn. Turns out the shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I don't let my boys have a go at you before I kill you.
Прикольно. Это что за армянин? Щит спрятан под полом главного зала.
See, boys, silly girl knows what's good for her. Now kill these idiots.
Now let's see which one first.
Stings, doesn't it?
Nice try. Too fast for you.
We will prevail.
To battle! I will not fail. You fear.
Ты что творишь?
If you insist.
Все? Тут много всего вкусного. Зарядка или баллиста.
And I'm off.
Кожаный доспех.
Ха.
Порождение тьмы. Кубок. Кожа.
Yes.
Печатка из дома Эдукан.
Is that an Idukan signet ring? I guess that's how they got in here.
Очень интересно. Может, это подделка?
It could mean one of your kin was keen on claiming the glory of this mission himself.
Заткнись, урод.
Of course. No offense meant.
Let's not waste time. Carry on, men.
Надо было зарезать обоих, да и все. Ладно, неважно. Закрыто. Белый труп. Чего тут интересного нет? Комната тейка.
This is the room. How do we get the shield?
Сейчас посмотрим.
You two, see if you can spot anything. It seems some of these tiles are different from the others.
Ты встань сюда. Ты газуй сюда. Ты китаец, давай сюда. Прижать кольцо отпечатка к углублению. Прикольно. А вот и щит.
That's it. We've got it.
Doesn't look like much.
The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the shield of Idukan.
Это же символ, блин.
If it helps rally the troops, it's a good thing. Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
To the crossroads. Пошли. Здесь ничего вкусного больше нет. Плохая гробница. Сохранимся перед выходом. А то вдруг там опять разбойники будут.
Did you hear that? It could be more of those mercenaries.
Or no reinforcements. Either way, we should...
Take that! Right behind you! That will be your release! Let's
лутать. Покореженная баллиста. Пошли покорежить. Огонь!
Huh. And I'm off.
Я только с собой бы носил. В кармане.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here.
Триан, мой брат, блин, заткнулись все уже.
I wish I had your confidence.
What's that you're muttering about?
А ты не охерел?
Right you are, Commander.
Что за крики? О, трупы.
By the stone, it's Trian!
It must have been a darkspawn attack.
This doesn't look like darkspawn. No bites, no scratches, no mutilation.
Сто пудов Белин убил его.
Your brother?
Someone's coming.
Жалко.
Hurry, father, before it's too...
Капец, конечно.
By all the ancestors. What has happened here?
Вот это поворот.
It seems we weren't fast enough. Bayland was right.
Заткнись, большеносый.
My daughter, tell me this isn't what it looks like.
В смысле? Что такого видят твои глаза?
It looks like you killed our brother, you monster.
My lady is innocent.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lady Iduken came up to them, all friendly-like, but when we got close, she ordered us to attack.
Чего?
Then we shall discover the truth.
Franklin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian didn't stand a chance. Afterward, my lady stripped his signet ring.
You treacherous bastard! Silence, Gorham! Do you have anything else to say, my daughter?
Чушь какая-то.
I want to believe that. I really do.
Bind her. She will be judged before the Assembly. To Orzammar.
Все через жопу. Да, такое себе счастье, конечно. Обидно-то как, а? Так, надо хитрость повысить чуть-чуть. И силу. Влияние повысим. Слегонца. Искусственный борт парным оружием. Здесь ловкость на школу нужна. В принципе, не нужно пока. Искусственный бой. Дальше.
You've got orders and all. You understand?
Of course. Leave us alone, will you, please?
Yes, sir.
My lady.
Говорим. Ну, хоть подойди, что ли, ну.
I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you?
Херово, как я?
I understand. It's going to get worse, though. Balin has taken Trian's place in the Assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the Assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice. He must have been making deals and alliances for months, if not years.
Да. Надо отдать должное, да, молодец он, конечно.
He's more clever than either of us ever thought. Some of the lords, especially Harrowmont, are suspicious of Balin's instant rise to power. They are rallying, but far too slowly. The Assembly has already sentenced both of us.
Рассказывай.
I am to be exiled to the surface, but you are to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you are overwhelmed and killed. Lord Harrowmont says the king is taken ill. He couldn't bear losing 2 of his children at once. Lord Harrowmont gave me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads, in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan.
Интересно.
There are worse ways for a warrior to live than fighting the Darkspawn with such allies. If you can find them, I'm sure you can join them and escape the deep roads.
Ладно, пойдем.
I begged to go with you and fight at your side, but Balin's pet nobles wouldn't hear of it. I'm going to try to go to Denerim, the human capital. If you make it out, find me.
Постараюсь.
Our time is up. May the Paragons guide your sword and the stone hold you up.
Тебя, мой друг, тебя.
I will always be your man, my Lady Iduken.
They are ready for you now. Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby sentenced to exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death. Do you have anything to say before the sentence is carried out?
Ну чё пиздеть? Молчи.
Soldier, hand the accused your sword and shield. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
Что это такое, а? О, не шляпу на меня одели. Спасибо. Так страшно выглядит в ней. Обалдеть. Шляпу сними. Что у нас осталось из оружия? Сраный кинжал. Вообще ничего. Аксессуары нет, ну так. Странно, вроде по-другому одевался. Хоть ботинки оставили. Ни зелья лечения, ничего. Господи, вы точно меня грохнуть решили, походу. Ладно, будь по-вашему, пойдем. страница. Найти серых стражей. О.
All right. That won't stop me.
Сдохни, сдохни. Страшно, страшно оказались мне. О, уже неплохо.
Yes.
Уже не воспек, уже хорошо. Hello.
Now this should be fun. If you insist. Yes. Not enough.
По-моему, что-то не так.
And I'm off.
Перчатки, еще один кинжальчик. Вот тут ништяк. Перчатки, еще один кинжал. Теперь два кинжала. Ну, я уже почти все в строю. Сейчас я вам всем тут надаю. И никого. Лук, сундук. Ничего интересного. Сохранимся. Мало ли что. Вдруг меня сейчас... Тимка сейчас тут...
Now what? Tisk. Going.
I'm off.
Huh. How amusing! All right, I'm game.
Все прилегли. Не знаю пароль. Замри.
How amusing!
Чей-то скелет. Походу порождение тьмы. Страшненький. Дальше идти. Сохранимся. Мурашки.
Huh. If you insist.
О, первая припарочка есть, все уже. Превосходный гвардейский нанос с рычагом, прикольно. Уже просто не умрем. Здрасте.
I'm off.
все остальное, тут ты смотри, а. Тут прям хорошо так затариться можно. Сохранимся. Еще раз сохранимся, потому что чаще всего, если попиздела бедойка, она может уже уйти.
By the Maker, it's a dwarf.
Lady Idukan, what are you doing here alone? Where are your troops?
Задавай один вопрос за раз.
And you as well. Although I'm still filled with questions, such as why are you here in these tunnels alone? May I ask what happened?
Меня изгнали из города.
Exiled? To these tunnels of death? What crime could be so terrible?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend.
Да меня предал Белин.
Lord Trian?
Нет, Белин.
I see. The brutal intrigue of the dwarven court continues then. Your father intimated as much. There is no reason for you to walk these deep roads and die for something you did not do. You've already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. I've been searching for those with your level of ability. Your exploits in the deep roads set you apart. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order.
Да хрена мне еще делать. Я согласна. Сочту за честь.
Then welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Kalen. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner.
Да бери своих собачонок и пошли.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Да, можешь, конечно. Кстати, мне голос Скайлана в английской озвучке намного больше нравится. Я Илария, Ваше Величество.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar.
Ладно. Ты, должно быть, не часто встречался со знатными гномами.
Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime.
Как пожелаешь.
I do. I'll make sure to have the finest dwarven brew brought up from the palace cellars. After we've dealt with the blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days?
Я дочь. Его дочь.
Well, It seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
Спасибо.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Серьезно? Прям вот так все отлично?
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Пока-пока. Отраствала. Король Кайл.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Похоже, он не принимает порождение тьмы всерьез. Вот-вот.
True. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Тогда нам, наверное, надо поторапливаться все-таки.
Yes, we should proceed with the ritual.
Что за ритуал?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Что нужно будет сделать?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Хорошо. Вот и Астагар. Великая крепость. Так, у нас уровень, у нас в дневнике появились новые заметки, культура, история. Давайте посмотрим, что тут у нас. Дикие земли Каркарии. Тут, в принципе, что и где и как, мне интересно. Белин и Дукан. Время — это такая вещь, которая никогда много не бывает. Да, согласен. Да. Кайлан Тейрин. Тейрин Лагейн, Кайлан Тейрин. Прикольно. Я мечтал, что это будет такая война, как в легендах, и король плечом к плечу с легендарными серыми стражами ринутся в битву с мерзостным богом тьмы. Сын легендарного короля Мэрика Тейрина, Кайлан стал первым за 2 поколения филоденским королем, рожденным на земле свободной от иностранного ига. После смерти короля он зашел на престол вместе с королевой Аннорой. Лагейн Мактир. Мактир? Лагейн Мактир, прикольно. Лагейн Мактир. Язык сломаешь. Ладно. Тут у нас по управлению еще тактика, фигактика усталость, сюжетный. Все, больше не было заметок. Существа. Архидемон. Во тьме вели они свой вечный поиск того, кто смог бы вывести. Господи. Во тьме вели они свой вечный поиск того, кто смог бы вывести их оттуда, покуда они успеха не добились. Их бог-предатель, их исконный. Думат, дракон, что спит века, их скверный был. Даже бог сей ложный осквернен. Внимая им, восстал он ото сна, сам боль и ужас он повел их, чтоб народы мира вернуть в жуть и гибель. Такой тяжелый текст на самом деле. Легко его прочитаю. Глубинный охотник, Локи, Вурдалак. Здорово, наверное, гигантские пауки. Ну, гигантские пауки везде встречаются. Так, давайте уровень повысим. Наверное, все-таки на 2 хитрость себе улучшим. И чуть-чуть силы добавим. Ну, силы, в принципе, нет, нужна все-таки. Так. Здесь нам пока это недоступно ничего. Здесь нужна ловкость 18. Кстати, ловкость нужна 18. Только с хитростью и силой повременим. А вот ловкости добавим, чтобы можно было взять шквал. Здесь уже 24 ловкость нужна. И специально боевая подготовка, естественно. Как-то так. Дунькань, дунькань. Без парашюта вниз. Уи! Здесь лес и горы. Не, крепость, конечно, ништяк стоит.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
Привет, привет. Вот и Дункансон. Ну, я думаю, здесь и остановимся. На сегодня, наверное, все. Сохраняемся. Продолжим завтра. Всем спасибо за просмотр.